Welcome back to On the Beat, everyone. Isaac hosting again this week, and I have Patrick Wooten from Richard Schwartz Associates joining me this morning. Patrick, good to have you with us.
Hey, so good to see you, Isaac.
All right, so we're going to talk about kind of a nationwide, time-sensitive, timely case, if you will, hair relaxer cancer lawsuit.
Yes.
What does all that mean?
It's absolutely one that's really new, but it's so important because it affects African American females in a great matter. So if you've used hair relaxers on average 4 or more times a year, you're twice as likely to develop ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, or endometrial cancer.
Okay.
Which of course are some of the deadliest cancers around. And so a lawsuit has been filed. It's now been consolidated in the state of Illinois. But we really want the public to be aware that this is out there, and unfortunately these hair relaxers contain chemicals which are increasing your chance.
So the same hair relaxers that you get in Illinois, you probably are getting here and anywhere else in the Southeast?
Absolutely. Anywhere in the country, it's all the national brands that are out there, and it's something you need to be aware of.
Sure.
And need to talk to your doctor about and be getting checked to make sure that you're not suffering from one of these cancers.
Absolutely. So say we have one of our local people here,
Yep.
Residents here that might qualify or may think she has that. So what's the next step for that?
Yeah, so absolutely. So you want to, if you've used hair relaxers, kind of make a diary. When did you start using them? How regularly did you use them? They could be ones that you're going to a salon and using them, or it could be at home. And then you need to call the law firm, 601-9 and all 8s, and reach out to us. There's a screening process that you have to go through to see if you qualify. There's the whole statute of limitations that comes into play.
All right, so how long
That's right.
is the statute of limitations?
Mississippi, it's generally a 3-year statute.
Okay.
So someone who may think, oh my gosh, I was diagnosed 7 years ago with uterine cancer, I don't qualify. No, it's really when you knew or should have known, and the first lawsuit of this nature was filed at the end of last year. So if you kind of work through the math, you're really probably looking at 2025-ish is when the statute will run. But time is of the essence because you've got to collect medical records and all the like to prove that you are suffering the injury that makes up this class of cases.
And an interesting point you made is that I think most people maybe would think, oh, it's only applicable if you went to the salon. But you said at-home use qualifies as well.
Yes, absolutely. If you bought them off the shelf, you know, those qualify because those contain the same chemicals as the one that you're using, you know, as a salon. And unfortunately, like ovarian cancer is so bad because it's one of those ones that the symptoms are kind of silent. So most people don't get diagnosed till they're in a very late stage, and the survival rate is only 47%.
All right, that seems important enough to know that less than 50% never good. So the last one here, how does a mass tort case like this, first off, I'd like to know what a tort, I think everybody should know what a tort is first.
That's
and
right.
then how this case itself works out.
Well, as we kind of joke, if you like sweets, it's something you get at a bakery, which I do love. But in the legal sense, it is a national case that you are consolidating a number of plaintiffs from across the country into one case. And so you're going after, in this case, it's multiple defendants because there's more than one manufacturer of hair relaxers. But the court kind of lumps everyone together so that discovery and kind of the early stages of the case, everyone kind of works in concert, but then you can have your individual trials as needed, and then generally what happens is you end up settling as a class. Everyone ends up settling it out, and there ends up being a grid depending on your injuries and so forth. Generally take longer than a car wreck case.
That's what I was going to ask. How long?
It can be anywhere from the fastest ones probably in the history is going to be about 3 years. Some of these have stretched into 5 or 6 years.
Goodness.
Roundup, which we talked about here in 2018 and signed up local viewers, actually had payments come out starting in 2021. So that was really quick. That was about a 3-year turnaround. But you've got to get all your medical records, medical bills, all the facts to prove you had the injury and that you use this product. So the burden is going to be on the clients through us to be able to establish their claim.
Perfect. Patrick, we sure appreciate that. Some very good information. And if you have any additional questions on what we discussed here today, you can find additional information on our website. We'll be right back.